I use it elsewhere.
He's beating us up. He has us up every morning. No, me and Tony go way back and have had hours of conversations. Now I get to bug him back while he's super busy. Back in the day, he used to bug me. So I still got some time to bug him back. But, I love being here and I love contributing and just glad to be back in the game, Tony. I didn't know if I'd fit in, consider myself an old timer. Not really just because I'm old, but the era, right? I was gone. Right. How the whole game has changed in 10 years,
legalization.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, wait till you see the people here that have entered into our arena. You'll be like, wow, they don't belong. It's crazy. But anyway, that's for another topic, another day. All right, wait on Rod. We're going to start the show. I haven't heard from Rod yet. Steve will join us for the baseball segment. We'll have Jorge here for college football. He's still working with that upper respiratory cough, but hopefully we'll get him through it here. So let's go ahead. We're going to get started here with our. Let's see here. Actually, 1 second here. What's going on with my stream? I always forget to do something here right now. Oh, here we're live. Okay, we're live. I was wondering when the YouTube would switch on. So we're live here, guys. So we'll get ready here with the game like we usually do. We go through the time windows. Okay, so we're going to cover here. We'll start with the nooner games. And you can pick a game or two or a few from this time slot. Oklahoma State, Tulsa, North Texas, Texas Tech, Alabama, Wisconsin, Central Michigan, Illinois, Memphis, Florida State, Cincinnati, Miami, Louisiana Tech, NC State, LSU, and South Carolina.
All right, pull these up, Tony. What a great win yesterday for UNLV. We got to harp on that a little bit. Big football's here in Las Vegas, man. Doesn't have to be through the air when there's no fast breaking, Tony. Just smash mouth football. And probably the best thing to see about it, not the prettiest win, but the fact that they couldn't throw like last year and they tried to they shut down Ricky White. They made him pay for it. If they were going to leave a safety over the top on him and bring the corner up to the line so he couldn't even catch a quick pass, well, the quarterback was going to run right up the middle. And that's how you beat that, right? If you don't have a safety back there. And, Skull, I'll call him now what he is. He's a poor man's Tim Tebow. He's something else, man. You can't put it in intangibles. You'll look at his stats and say, oh, he's not very good. But he hasn't lost yet. So, he's definitely a throwback. And along the lines of Tebow, right? I mean, Tebow's Florida a little bit different. Skilled players everywhere. But a great matchup there. Arizona's a little bit beat up. Kansas State took advantage of them. It was definitely an interesting card yesterday. Going to be a lot of good Friday games. And on this card, God, I loved it. I'll still lean towards it. Tony, South Carolina coming out, and I was on them as a lean last week and didn't play him, but they went into Kentucky, beat them outright. Here comes into LSU and situational betting. It's situational teams. Hey, a big quarterback can make a big difference to a defense. People are saying, I go, Jorge, what the hell are you talking about? A quarterback can make it is part of the defense. When he gives that defense time to rest and they're on the sidelines or they have a lead and then that team doesn't have to run the ball anymore and they know they're in pass coverage, all those things help in keeping the defense, one, on the sidelines, getting some rest, and two, the hard part of having to stop the run and draining the defensive line and injuries and smash mouth. And, when you can pin back and put your pass rushers in there, that's the advantage of the defense. They know what they're going up against, and they're going to take advantage of it. So that's what I think we're going to see with some of these teams. LSU, are they there yet? No, I wouldn't take them on the road. You got game day at South Carolina. I'd take +6 with South Carolina in that game, Tony. Wisconsin against Alabama. Man, that's going to be a tough game. Again, this is a fun week for me, Tony. Definitely going to have some releases, some packages out on the website. Now that I said it's got to be out there. You have Alabama, Wisconsin, +16 at home. Look, Wisconsin has athletes. They got money. You'll hear me say this over and over again. I really don't care about the record sometimes. I don't care about that. How much money do they have to recruit? How much NIL money do they have? That's who they have on the field, right? That's the talent and the ability. Now, are they playing together as a team? Chemistry is where you have to decide, hey, this is where we're at with this team. We do. But, does it make Wisconsin's year if they beat Alabama? Is that their Super Bowl? I think it is. They're not in the top 10. They're not Ohio State. They're not even really Michigan, I don't think. Well, they could be uneven kill with Michigan if they have a good season, right? If Michigan drops down a little bit. So that's, it may not be and I wouldn't call that an upset winner, Tony, as far as straight up, but definitely want to look at it. Hey, a team on the rise, and I might even put it out as a play. when I jump on a University of Northern Texas +10 at Texas Tech. Texas Tech's got no defense. They can score. They always have been able to. But North Texas has been a good team that surprised a few. Florida State. Did we get that far yet, Tony?
We stopped at the noon Eastern. We stopped there at noon. No, we're there. We're there. All the noon games. Yeah, we're there. That's part of it.
I'm good. All right, cool. I'm on it. How can you bet Florida State, man? The Norvell used to coach at Memphis, so the Memphis team knows that a little bit to their advantage. You know, their G5 team. They're watching UNLV win. They're watching these small schools compete with the big schools in some instances, and not just this year, guys. And I don't have to be homer. He's 3-0. I mean, it is what it is. Nevada, just another mid-major that has made some noise and should have won last week. Take Memphis here plus the points against Florida State. You can lean on the total under as well. Florida State's offense is not doing much. Norvell could be out if he loses this game and Florida State starts 0-3. I don't know if he'll make the season. End the season.
There we go. From Jorge, I'll tell you what I think about some of these games here at that noon Eastern time slot. Here, Tulsa and Oklahoma State in this one. Golden Hurricane is experienced offensively. They put points on the scoreboard. Well, the truth I have with Oklahoma State is their defense. It continued like last year. This year, they give it 518 yards a game. Tulsa quarterback Kirk Francis has been accurate getting yards downfield. We'll take all those points there with Tulsa today. I'm with you, Jorge, on this North Texas team. TCU transfer Chandler Morris has been effective at quarterback for North Texas. Tech 3-7 to the spread their past 10 September games. And the Red Raiders defense giving 515 yards per game. Remember, Abilene Christian took Texas Tech to overtime in the opener, and they put 44 points in that overtime loss to the Red Raiders. I like that North Texas spot. I'm going to go under with Alabama and Wisconsin. This Alabama on the road. Alabama's in a 2 road game in September. What's going on here? that's you don't see this very often. But Alabama's going to face here. Listen, they face some weak defensive teams. Now they get some resistance here. So I'll look here at an under in that one. I think Wisconsin's going to have trouble getting points on the board as well in that game. Let's see what else I like in this time slot. I'm there with the over in Memphis and Florida State. Memphis returned 10 starters on offense to put up 39 a game, which is on par of last season. But their defense, they've got defensive issues. So I'm going to be looking here at the over. Seminoles 9-5 to the over at home. Tigers 8-2 to the over on the road. I like that over in that game. And let's see what else I like in this one. I'm with you, Jorge, there on South Carolina plus the points. Boy, South Carolina's defense really stuffed that experience. Kentucky was an experienced team. 18 starters back from last year. They're doing a great job in pass defense, and again, they're moving the ball up downfield in their passing game. So I'll look at that one. I'll look at the underdog in that game, and I'm going to go over in Michigan and Arkansas State. I think Michigan is going to be a bounce back mood after that home loss, and the Red Wolves defense subpar. Give up 200 yards rushing per game, 6.2 yards per rush. I think that Red Wolves dual threat quarterback can make things happen scoring wise. I'll look for the over there in that one. All right, let's continue here on our morning show here. So we're going to cover. We got Rod here. Let's see, got Rod here. Rod, you made it. Made it just in time to get the not nooners.
I made it. Sorry about that. My dog decided he was going to chase a rabbit this morning. So we're taking him on a walk. He's like, I'm going to get that guy. And he's like, and I'm like, no, whoa, get back here. I got places to go. So sorry about that, everybody.
No worries.
Big started, but my dog figured he was going to chase a rabbit today to kickstart his morning. So then I'm chasing the dog down and going after him. So
I would have paid to see that podcast or that video.
Watch me chasing the dog.
I have the money.
Just one of those mornings. Oh. So for me and these nooners, you know what? I'm going to take this Arkansas State, the Red Wolves here, plus that boatload of points against Michigan. That Michigan offense isn't anything to write home about. The defense isn't bad, but that defense could definitely give up some yards through the air. And Jalen Reiner there for Arkansas State, he can throw the ball. He's dual threat. He can run. He can throw the ball. His last game, he threw for 255 yards, 2 touchdowns, hitting 65% of his passes in that game. And the Red Bulls upset and got themselves a win. So for me, 22.5, I think it's come down a little now to 22, 21 with good reason. Give me Arkansas State and the Red Wolves there, plus the boatload of points. And the other one in this nooner, slot. Let's make sure that I'm not going to jump a slot. I look at this Cincinnati and Miami, Ohio game there. You look at the Bearcats, and they were against Pitt last week, and they jumped out to a big lead and let Pitt roar back and get the win in that one. So what happens here? I'm just not a fan of this Bearcat team on the road. You look, they're 0-2 ATS. Miami, Ohio, 0-1 ATS, but Miami, Ohio can run the ball and control the clock. I go with the Miami, Ohio plus the points. Just don't trust the Bearcats on the road. That defense can definitely give up points. Miami, Ohio can definitely control the clock and be able to run it a lot and keep it out of Cincinnati's hands. So give me Miami, Ohio there. And the one more in this hot slot I've got. No, I don't want to jump into the next one. The next one's after the noon time.
All right. Let's continue on here on the morning show. Well, before we get to the next slide, let's find out what the guys have for sale over at Tony Six. Big weekend, right? College football, NFL, the W, and baseball. Rod, what you got up for sale over at Tony's Picks?
And over at Tony's Picks, I've got my 10-star play of the day in college football up. You can scoop it up. I also got an early 5-pack. I believe I've got about 14 plays in there in college football. So definitely jump aboard. We're off to a great start. College football. I've been 21-13 to kickstart the year. Only one man hotter than me in college football, and he's right below me. So you pair up me and Jorge.
Hey, fix these damn screens, man. I'm in first place. I need to be on top for at least college football. Damn it! The rest
That's
of
what I
the
said.
I
said I'm in second, and there's only one man above me.
It's awesome. You put out 14 plays, but I'm getting there. I'm working on it today. I'm gonna have a big pack out as well. No,
you take our record together between me and Jorge.
Yeah,
and you're 37-21 this college football season, and you're up over 1,500 units. So $100 better is up over $1,500 if you paired me and Jorge together over the first couple of weeks of college football. So that's the way to go. Pair us up, and definitely we'll be putting money in your pocket. We love college football, me and Jorge.
I do.
How about UNLV outright? Didn't have the cojones to put him in outright, but definitely picked the points there.
I'll tell you what, man. I'm just praying we pay Barry Odom. Lon Kruger never wanted to leave Las Vegas. It's just Oklahoma opened up 3-4 more million, and he's in his 60s. It's impossible for him to say no. He moved back, right? I don't think he stayed a week in Stillwater after that. Isn't that Stillwater or
Norman?
And he was already back there. Who's going to be the next coach? And we see in the newspaper, Lon Kruger bought a house in Southern Highlands. I was like, well, his son's the next coach. This was pre-planned. So and he came roaring back. So I hope they give Barry the money. We haven't seen Barry too much around. He's great with the high schools. Not a lot of public appearances, which is fine. But he is an SEC guy. Big money came in a big school. He'd probably go back to it. But I hope they make the offer. Vegas, we have convenience culture here. That's why people always come back to Vegas once they move to live here. You get not the bad side, but the good side is you have all the freedom in the world and convenience. Do what you want 24/7, and hopefully he'll stick around. But great program, great game, and it was fun to watch, man. Sluka is a poor man Tim's Tebow. All right, poor man Tim's Tebow.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. All right, let's get back to the game, guys.
All right, what do you got for sale over at Tony's Picks?
I got one of my totals going up today. I was a little judicious yesterday. I got to be a little bit more like Rod, but just kind of the way I handicap it. It's just how it flows out. I had the total in UNLV under last night. I figured both quarterbacks would have some trouble throwing, and Kansas came out hot, but diverted right back to what I thought. Once some adjustments were made, he was done. Sluka, he's got to figure it out. He's got a cannon of an arm. I think they got to roll him out a little bit. Let him roll him out. And he threw some great passes on the run, Mahomes style sidearm, right on the money. So they get him out of the pocket where he doesn't have to read too much, run. They'll be better. But on the total today, I got a total going in the early game with picks, Tony. Like I said, I'm going to have a lot of late steam today. So definitely buying the package with Rod and I, there's no way you can lose money. And I'm sure Rod's posting late games as well. But if he's not posting the late games, and especially on the West Coast, if you need a way to be bailed out of your plays, I'll be putting up some late steam on the games all the way to the last one.
There you go. Get on board with Jorge Gonzalez. I got best balance board. I've got 10 premiums today. Loaded up today from college football and 3 a pack from baseball. The best way to do it instead of buying all the plays individually is get those long-term passes. Here on the weekend, that 3-day pass, perfect with all the college football, NFL, Major League Baseball. And remember the promo code PICK at checkout. Sorry, Tony T at checkout. Tony T at checkout will save you that 15% off. All right, let's continue on the show. Let's get to the next slate of games. We're going to go from 12:45 all the way to 3:30 Eastern. So we'll be covering BC, Missouri, UMass Buffalo, Coastal Carolina Temple, Texas A&M Florida, Washington State, Washington, Oregon State, West Virginia Pitt. Hey, we got a lot of rivalries here. Ball State, Miami O, Tulane, Oklahoma, Nevada, Minnesota, and we'll close it out here at Notre Dame and Purdue. We'll go starting with Rod.
And in the touch law here, you know what? I'm going to go right to Missouri here. Lay the big boatload. I know Boston College off to a pretty good start for Boston College, but with the new coach in there and going against Missouri, I think they're in a tough spot here. You look at Brady Cook at QB for Missouri, solid starts for him, and he's definitely got plenty of weapons around him, as we've seen early on. He's spread that ball around. I think he's got 6 guys that he can pass the ball to. He's also a threat to run. Nate Knoll is his key guy that rushes the ball, and he's been lights out, rushed for well over 100 yards already, a couple touchdowns. And going against this Boston College team, yes, they did beat Florida State, and then they whooped up on bad team last time out. So kind of a little bit overvalued here. I think this Missouri team is going to be tough. So I like Missouri on lay the points. I think they win by 3 touchdowns. That defense is just too tough. Boston College is not going to be able to keep up. Castellanos is good for Boston College, but definitely not going to keep up with Brady Cook and Missouri in that one. And then the other one in this time slot, look, Temple's taking the field, and that line's moved up. It was at like 16 and a half. Now it's up to like 17. I don't trust Temple at all. 0-2 ATS, haven't looked good. This Coastal Carolina team definitely, even without Grace McCall moving on to better things, this Coastal Carolina team doesn't look like they've missed a beat. 2-0 ATS, that offense is still rolling along, and they can definitely slow up this Temple team that just looks awful. This Temple. Can we Coastal Carolina in that one? And then I'm going to go look at this at the battle of the Civil War here. Oregon taking on Oregon State. Still waiting for this Oregon team to jump up and have a big game. Is this the big game in this spot that they can cover that 17? I don't think so. I got to take the Beavers here in this rivalry matchup. At 17 points, it's just too many. The Beavers are at home. Always get up for this game. And can Oregon run away with it? Sure, I could see it with all those transfer pieces they got. Eventually, they're going to piece it all together, but not here, not in a rivalry game. You got to go with the Beavers plus the points in that one. And the other one with the big rivalry implications is the Apple Cup here. Washington State Cougars taking on Washington. And you know what? This line slowly moved up. Washington's now 6.5 in spots. You shop that number if you want the Cougars, because you can definitely get the 6.5, and that's what I'm going to go with. The Washington State Cougars have looked the better team between these two to start the season. Why are we getting 6.5? I don't know. This is a rivalry game. I know Washington's been solid, got it offensively from what they were last season, so it's definitely not the same team on the field. Give me the Cougars plus the points in that one. And another one of this time slot, you know what? I'm going to go with West Virginia here over Pitt. You look at Pitt; they're off to a good start. It took them all of that last game to come roaring back to get a 1 point win against the Bearcats. The Bearcats rolled on Pitt, and if that defense, the way they give up the points. This West Virginia offensive line is going to be able to hand the ball off and chew you up and spit you out all day long. That offensive line is tough on West Virginia. It's going to be a long day for Pitt. The reason why West Virginia is favored on the road, lay it. They're going to easily roll Pitt in that one. That defense isn't good. Pitt, you can let Cincinnati run up on you the way they did. I give it to you. You came roaring back, but not here against West Virginia. Give me West Virginia in that one. Few I like in that time spot.
There you go from Rada. We go to Jorge. We're doing from 12:45 Eastern to 3:30 Eastern. Over to Jorge.
Oh boy, that was a lot of chalk. Yeah, that's more chalk than Bart Simpson up at the up at school having sentences on the board. But yeah, no, I'm definitely on the other side of some of these games, man. I'm sorry, I'm drinking the O'Brien Kool-Aid over at North Carolina or at Boston College. I was on them earlier in the year. look, man, they played big programs. Boston College has got money. They got returners. They probably have a better head coach, and I lay money they got a better defensive coordinator over there. So, a plus 14.5, no way I want any extra. Look, here's the reality of this. Is Missouri the better team? Sure. Can Boston College beat Missouri? Absolutely. So, to me, that's just too much points, guys. We're just seeing and I may be a little bit overexcited because of that, the fact that we're having that rivalry weekend from Thursday, right, guys? We usually get this the week before Thanksgiving and after, and those are the times to shoot your money line dogs. Anything can happen, right? This is where I'm with you, Rod, most of the time. I know you do a good job, but this is rivalry week, the new division of the scheduling. I love it, man. They really have made some great moves in college football to make it more exciting this year. So I'm going to be on the dog on that one as a lean. Not that I'm saying that it's a huge play. I agree with that. Let's see. All right, let me scroll through down. Coastal College. I went against them in the first game. What a big mistake that was. Jacksonville State's horrible. But Coastal College, no, they haven't missed a beat, man. They may be the G5 team. Before it's all said and done. God, there's no reason not to bet this first quarter, first half, in the whole game. The full court press, what I like to do on some of these games. Once you handicap it, beat up that one game. It's too hard to pick 3 games as it is. But if you think you have a good insight on a game, good angle, definitely play it. I think in that situation, we will see that. Oregon State. I mean, come on, are you kidding? Plus 17.5 at home. I don't care if they're 1-8. You should jump on that. Especially since they they abandoned them. You know what I mean? Can you imagine just the crap talking and all the recruits from the area? I mean, the intangibles is off the charts, guys. I don't know if stats mean anything, a damn thing, in Washington State, in Oregon State. I don't think they mean anything. I really don't. And the fact that the Oregon State and Washington State are playing well, those are toss-ups, and should only use them that way in this game. So, again, I think this is going to make one of the more exciting early season games, second and a half week, second week, whatever you want to call it, that we've seen in a long, long time. Buffalo, guys, I was going nuts in that game against Missouri. But Buffalo is balling under this new coach. They were supposed to be a Temple disaster. They're not a Temple disaster. No. They might get a bowl game. I mean, if they go into their conference, they're going to upset some teams in their conference. They hit hard. They don't give up. They did not give up. They could have got steamrolled in the third or fourth quarters of those games, and they just kept holding Missouri to 1 or 2 yards repeatedly. Now, they didn't have much of a secondary to stop that offense, but they would force Missouri into throwing the ball. Late into the third, fourth quarter. Very impressed with how they're playing. UMass is horrible as always. They proved some last year, but I think they're regressing a little bit this year. Again, I like the dogs in those 2 big rivalries. All these are leans. And, I got to go back over here to Nevada. What are they doing with that line? I mean, they lost to Georgia Southern. I was on the right side, but lost that game. They had the ball for 36 minutes, over 400 yards, 154 yards to the opponent. They fumbled driving into the red zone. You know what I mean? They would have got them to win. Minnesota's they hasn't shown anything this year. And for them to be favored, and they've gone into Troy and beat Troy straight up. If they don't win outright, they can at least cover guys. And that's all I got for you guys today, man. I went as hard as I could. Yeah. But this cough's killing me.
The cough's killing me. All right. I'll tell you what I think in this time slot here. The games I'm looking at here. I'm with you, guy. I'm with you with the Coastal Carolina against Temple. Chance of clears with that running game averaging 6 yards a carry. A big play passing game, 9.5 yards for pass attempt. The Owls, just 2 yards a carry on the ground, and their run defense giving up 6 yards. I think this is a blowout game as well. And also here, Texas A&M and Florida. I'm going to take the plus points here with Florida. Langway's performance does provide some hope with this quarterback change. Wegman's performance at home at Notre Dame is a major concern for me, especially laying points on the road. And the playmakers are experienced for the Gators. So with Langway at quarterback, I'll look at the Florida. Matter of fact, Aggies have lost, 7 straight on the road. I'm with you guys on these dogs, on these rivalry games, Apple Cup, Civil War. I'm looking at that, at the dogs for both of these games. Look at the Beavers. Beavers getting accuracy at quarterback, and they're running for 5.5 yards a carry. So I'll look at that as well. Also, I like the over in Oregon and Oregon State because Ducks are getting efficiency from their passing game. I'll go under in Pitt and West Virginia. Green's efficiency to me is a concern here for this West Virginia team. A team, throwing the football, and I think you have to be. I think you got to be well balanced if you're going to face a Pitt defense. So remember, Pitt was held to just 3 points through nearly 3 quarters last week. You could say it could be Bearcats' conditioning why they came back, but Panthers are defending the run and pass well. I remember Holstein is a redshirt freshman in his first conference game here in this spot. So I'll be for a Pitt. So I'll be looking at the under in this one. Ball State and Miami of Florida. I mean, this is Ball State's a total rebuild. Remember, Ball State gave up 34 points to an FCS team, and the Cardinals' 2 starting receivers questionable. I like to lay it with that one. And then we get to we Tulane and Oklahoma. I like the points here with Tulane. Tulane's offense has been productive. My concerns here is about the quarterback for Oklahoma and Jackson Arnold and his chemistry with his receivers. They're averaging just 5.5 yards per pass attempt. That's right. An Oklahoma offensive quarterback. That's all you're doing. That's troublesome for me here. And it looks like that's going to do it for me in that time slot. All right. We touched Notre Dame, Purdue. Let me touch that game. I'm going to take the points here with Purdue. That comes down considerably from 10 to 7.5. Wow. Again, I wasn't a big fan of Riley Leonard at quarterback. He's only averaging 5.3 yards per pass attempt. In the Boilermakers will defend. They'll muck up the game. That's what they do at home. And I look for a close game in this one possession type of spot. I like the points there with Purdue. All right, let's continue here on our morning show as we get ready here for the next slot of games.
Take it easy, guys. Good luck.
All right, Jorge, get that throat better. All right, Jorge joined us here for the segment until his throat held up. All right, let's get to the next set of games. We are going to go here from 4 Eastern time all the way through. Let's see here. What are we going to do here for? Okay, we'll go from 4 Eastern to
all the way to the 7?
To the 7. Let's go all the way to the 7 o'clock. So in this spot
there, right? There's a good chunk there.
Yeah, App State, East Carolina, Troy, Iowa, UAB, Arkansas, Utah State, another little rivalry there. Maybe more for Utah State. Virginia Tech, ODU. Well, we've seen some upsets in that matchup before. UTEP, Liberty, UConn, Duke, FIU, FAU, Ole Miss, Wake, West Kentucky, Middle Tennessee State, Jacksonville State, Eastern, Michigan, Vandy, Georgia State, UTSA, Texas, Hawaii, Sam Houston State, USF, Southern Miss, Kennesaw State, San Jose State, Rod.
And in this time slot, definitely a few I like in this time slot. You look, where is it? Utah taking on Utah State. We'll look at that one. Big battle going on there. Cam Rising's not going to play for Utah in this game, so that's huge offensively. And having to lay 17, I just don't get it. I'm going to take Utah State plus the 17.5. No Cam Rising in that game. Definitely going to be a low-scoring battle. A lot of running the football. We've seen that total definitely drop from where it opened. It's now down to 43.5. I lead to an under. And in these low-scoring ones, when you get all these points, I just got to take Utah State plus the boatload, especially with no Cam Rising for Utah in that one. The other one I'm looking at Virginia Tech. You look Virginia Tech, the hype before the start of the season was Virginia Tech's going to be beasts. They're going to run over teams. They're going to whoop it up. Well, they barely got a win in their first time. They were down big and came back. 0-2 against the number to start the year. And Old Dominion is no slouch. They're battle-tested is Old Dominion, and they're definitely going to put up a fight in that one. I lead to Old Dominion plus the 17, but at 47.5, give me the – that's just way too many points. We haven't seen this Virginia Tech offense open it up and look like they're going to score 30, 40 points a game. This is going to be a sludge fest in that one. Give me the under 47.5 there. And another one in this time spot. You know what? I got to take the Florida International plus the 4.5 there. Florida Atlantic 1-1 in this season, but FIU has been rolling right along 2-0 ATS, and you're going to get more than a field goal with this one. I think it comes right down to the wire, and you want those points in your pocket. I think Florida got a shot to outright Florida Atlantic in that one. FAU's lost a few straight as well, so I like FIU plus the 4.5 there. And I think that's it for that time. Yep.
All right. You got it. All right. Rod got to cover there for that time. So I'll tell you the ones that I like in this game. I'm going to take East Carolina here plus the points. App State lost half their starters, and Pirates showing some good offensive numbers in the passing game. The run defense has been outstanding. So has been their passing defense here. App State, something doesn't look right there with this team. I know they got pounded by Clemson, but you got to be a good App State would at least show some heart against Clemson. All right. So I'll take East Carolina in that spot. Let's see what else in the UAB Arkansas game. I like that one to go under the total in that spot. UAB's offense is really struggling. They had a really bad loss last week. How do you lose UL Monroe? And more importantly, how do you put only 6 points on UL Monroe? Jacob Zeno, boy, going the other way, for in that spot. So I'll look here for the under in UAB and Arkansas. Let's see what else I like in this spot, in this time slot. Let's see. Oh, yeah, FIU and FAU. I'll take the points with FIU. FIU can defend the pass. FAU is really struggling with their run defense. They're going to have 292 yards rushing per game, over 6 yards a carry. In offense, they can't run the football, and they're inefficient at quarterback play. The numbers are bad here for FAU, so I'll look at the plus points there. Ole Miss and Wake Forest, I'm looking at an under there. It's a really first major test for Rebels that they played really a soft schedule here. They put up numbers against soft schedules, but the Rebels are 5-2 the under as a favorite, and 4-0 to the under following a blowout win of 17 or more. I'm going to go under in that game in that spot. Also, too, in this time slot, I like Vanderbilt and Georgia State, that one to go over 44. Georgia State's run game's averaging about 5 yards a carry. They're getting some accurate passing from Verlew. And we look at the Vandy, they're 10-0 to the over in the non-conference. Commodores allowing run defense, giving 5 yards a carry. And they're getting some pretty good, actually, they are running for 5 yards a carry. And they're getting some accurate passes from Pavia. Remember that New Mexico State quarterback transfer, Pavia? You guys saw him in that Virginia Tech game. Shows like an improvement at quarterback here for this Vanderbilt team. So I will go over in that spot. And I think, let's see what else we have. Anything else in this time slot? We go to, let's see, we're going to, we got the 7 Eastern games. So let me see if there's anything else that I like here in this time slot. I think that's going to do it for me in that slot. All right, let's continue here on the morning show, guys.
I like Georgia State there against Vanderbilt, plus the 9.5. I know you like the over. I think Georgia State can throw in some offense there as well. I like what we've seen from Vandy. Definitely can score some points. And guess what? This Georgia State team as well. They're a scrappy bunch. And Vandy on the road is just the scary place, laying 9.5. Vandy's lost 6 straight on the road. It's I think both offenses can shine in that one. But give me Georgia State plus the points. As I pointed out yesterday, that was the one. I'm put a little bit of sprinkle on the money line. We've seen Vandy at times look real good, and then all of a sudden, I know this Vandy team, all of a sudden they look like they're doing good. You're doing good, and you bet on them, and then all of a sudden they lay an egg, and like just an egg, and it's like, what is that? Like, what was that? You look like so good over here, and then all of a sudden, for some reason, you were just distracted. It's like your ADHD kicked in, and all of a sudden, you didn't know what you were doing. But give me Georgia State plus the points. Sprinkle a little on the money line in that one as well.
Yeah, I think what hurts Vanderbilt is when they start playing that SEC schedule week after week, it starts to wear and tear on them. That's the thing. I would look for the plus points. Someone asked about Utah State. I didn't give it out. I didn't like it strong enough to put it on a show pick. It's probably one of the games I'd like the least, but I would definitely lean at the plus price there, especially with that freshman quarterback. And of course, remember the Utes got a Big 12 schedule coming up, so it's going to be a lot of preparation here. So I like I would look at the plus price in that one. All right, we'll continue here on the Tony's Fix Morning Show. Join us every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Steve will be with us here for the baseball. Jorge is dealing with some throat issues. He'll be back. Hopefully gets that better. All right, let's continue on. So we're going to be looking at the 7:30. We'll just close it out, right? 7:30 all the way. We have a very small card in the prime time.
Small prime time hour slot. Yeah, really quiet, small. Weird, but
weird. So we're going to hit Toledo, Mississippi State, New Mexico, Auburn, Air Force, Baylor, Central Florida, TCU, Georgia, Kentucky, a rivalry game, Colorado State, major television coverage there. Indiana, UCLA, I think Rod and I are on the same game, on the same spot in that one. Kent State, Tennessee, Rice, Houston, Maryland, Virginia, BYU, Wyoming, New Mexico State, Fresno State, San Diego State, and Cal.
Yeah, you look at the ones at this spot. We'll go with the big rivalry game. Colorado taking on Colorado State, and you're looking to go big rivalry game, jump on Colorado State. I just can't do it. It's one of those spots that Colorado State has not looked good all season long. I know they've played some tough competition, but 0-2 ATS. This just looks like that spot at 7.5. Like they're almost begging you to take Colorado State, trying to be like, here, come on, you want those little bit of points. I think as much as Colorado's looked awful, the Buffs have looked awful. They just get up for this game, and I think they win by 10. So for me, I'm going to lay it with the Buffs in that one. They've got enough talent. They got enough to do it. I think they can put it all together and beat Colorado State by 10. So I'm going to lay the 7.5 there with Colorado in that one. And you know what? I like the under here between Georgia and Kentucky. 45, I think, is just too many points in that battle. We know Georgia can definitely just roll over Kentucky. It's a rivalry matchup, right? So, Kentucky, this is like their Super Bowl. Then they're going to get up for this one. And at 23.5, I'm kind of leaning to Kentucky at 23.5 because I think Georgia gets out to the lead, and then they just take their foot off the gas. I know last time they met last year it was a blowout, but the year before that was a 10-point win. So I like the under. I think we got a lower scoring one in our hands in this one. 45 has come down in spots to 44.5. Take the under with a lean to Kentucky plus the points. It's just one of those spots that Georgia knows they're going to get the win. And are they really looking to blow out Kentucky? I don't think so in that one. So I like the under there, lower scoring one. And then where's that last one? I know Cal has looked great to start the year, but laying 17.5 at home, I can't do it. Give me San Diego State plus the 17.5. I think I got Cal winning by 10, not by 17.5. More than a touchdown and a field goal. I think that's just too much. Cal is the better team and the better option in that one, but not by that many points. I think they win by 10 in that one. That definitely got backdoor cover written all over it for San Diego State. That defense is solid for San Diego State. And the other one is a big number with Tennessee. And I just can't. That's way too many points. I'm going to take the flashers to at least flash the backdoor cover. And you look at Tennessee, I think they could name whatever score they want to score in this one. I think they could just run it up if they want to, but you got to look. This is a big look-ahead spot for Tennessee. They play Oklahoma next week. So are they really going to show a lot? We've seen this plenty of times already to start the year where teams that are favored with these big spreads, they slow it up. They don't want to show their hand of everything that they got going forward, especially having to face Oklahoma next week. So give me the 49.5. I think you can find 50s. I've seen 50s in spots. So I'm going to take the Kent State Flashers plus the 49.5. You can find a 50, take the 50 because I think that's too many. I think you see the second half, you probably see the backups for Tennessee in that game because they'll just slow it up. Winning by 50-something is not what college football teams, they don't set a goal on the board here and be like, yeah, let's blow out teams by 50 plus. Not in a look-at spot here.
All right, there we got Rod there with his plays there from this last slot we're covering here, college football. All right, I'll look at Air Force plus the points against Baylor. Baylor is a team that's really struggling here. Only 3.3 yards of carry on the ground. They're not getting really good, accurate quarterback play. The Falcons can defend the run very well, and they defend the pass. It was another game with San Jose State, but I think they can cover that big point spread here against Baylor getting 17 here in this one. I'm also going to look at TCU here at home. UCF's faced a weak competition, but TCU's defense has been outstanding against the run and the pass. The Knights have been 4-6 the spread in the road conference games. Horned Frogs 9-4 the spread at home. I'll look at TCU there laying at home. I'm with you there, taking the points with Kentucky. Kentucky's a team looking to bounce back, and an experienced team returning 18 starters from last year. Maybe last week was a look-ahead spot to this one against Georgia. And Georgia's just 2-4 the spread on the road when they're favored by in this price range. So when they're big favorites at 21.5 to 31 points, they're 2-4 the spread. So I'll look at Kentucky plus the points. And what else do I got here? I'll take a UCLA at the plus price here against Indiana. Garber's the quarterback for UCL. He's been around the program since 2021. Had efficient numbers last year in spot work, and the Bruins defense still looks good despite a departing coordinator. Hoosiers 3-9 last year. I know they're experienced, but remember, this is a 3-9 team. We get UCLA at a home dog here at this price range, 17-9 for the spread. So I'll look at them in that spot. I'll look at the Rice Cakes, Rice plus 4.5 here against Houston. Cougars, just an inefficient offense, averaging 2 turnovers a game. The Owls are running the football, and they're defending well. And they're experienced. So I'll look at Rice in that spot, in that one. I'll look at, let's see what I've got here. Let's see. We're getting to the end of the card here. I'm going to look at New Mexico State and Fresno State over here. The Aggies defense is brutal this year, giving up 5 yards at carry on the ground, 270 yards passing. Fresno State is getting accurate passing this year. And they're Fresno State 13-8 to the over when they're favorites. I'll take the over in that one. And I'll look under in San Diego State and Cal. Maybe first team to 17 wins. And this one, I think. Yeah. These are teams that have some very poor offensive numbers, but very good defensive numbers. So they're made for each other. These teams are made for each other. So I like the under in that spot. Steve Duncan, if you're around, you can sign in right now because we are going to go ahead and transition to baseball. Before we transition to baseball, Rod, anything else here from college football?
All these rivalry games, I'm almost going to blindly just take the dogs at just about them all, I think, and come out good. I don't see a whole lot of blowouts in these rivalry games. And over the years, we definitely don't see – you do see the odd one in games, but this year it's looking like these rivalry games are they've popped up earlier than normal. Normally, we're not talking about the Apple Cup and Civil War here in September. Usually those are like October, November type games, but I'm excited. There's definitely some good games. I wish they had a few more in the primetime slot because that primetime slot's a little bit lacking here tonight. There's a couple games that are like all right, but that was some bigger games early. Definitely excited.
Yeah, I think that I guess college football didn't want to go up against that sphere card from UFC boxing out there, but
that's probably what it is. Yeah, search the egg, get yourself a $25,000 if you can find the eggs in the weird video and in the sphere tonight. That's what's supposed to be going on. In between each fight, they're going to show this little video, and in that video, you got to search for the egg. And if you find the egg, you write down where the egg is, and then if you see all the eggs and you cut them all down, then you enter. To try to win 25,000. Weird is what they're doing. It's weird. I don't know what they're doing there. Yeah, it's interesting to see a UFC fight in the sphere.
They say maybe a one-offer. We'll see how it rolls. So they said it's cost a lot of money to produce that card over there at the sphere, but we'll see how that rolls. All right,
because they put it. They got to make a visual to go with it, so it could be interesting. People will definitely going to be tuning in to check it out. That's for sure. We'll see if it is off. I'm checking it out. So definitely we're gonna hear about it. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, it's a Canelo fight as well. So a lot going on in the primetime, minimum on the primetime late night coverage tonight from college football. We do have some baseball, so we'll get to baseball. We'll wait for Steve. Steve's going to join us here, but we're going to get started here with the baseball card. 15-game card, as we said. We're running out of weekends in Major League Baseball. 14, 20, three weekends left, right? That's all we've got left because. I believe it's October 3rd is the last day. There's just 3 more weekends left, I believe. 4 more weekends. This weekend, next weekend, the following weekend, and then the October 4th, 5th, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, but maybe again. But
29th last day, no? 29th last day? 29th? September 29th last day?
It is the last day. Okay, maybe it is. Okay, so we only have 3 weekends left. So we're
September 29th, the last day of baseball. Wow. So then it is like kickoff. Really is Mr. October kicks off.
That's right. We don't have any over. We don't get the regular over in October now. So 3 more weekends of baseball, and there's still a lot. There's some division battles, wild card battles, and let's get on with this baseball card here. Of course, rivalry as well. But we'll get started here in this slot of games: Red Sox, Yankees, Royals, Pirates, Cardinals, and Blue Jays.
Yeah, and you look at this slot here. Michael Wacha getting the start. He was debating whether it was going to be Marsh or Wacha in that one yesterday, and it was Marsh, and look what he did. Mowed down the Pirates. And so Michael Wacha on the mound for the Royals in this one, and he's pitched well for the Royals. You look, he's having one of those career years. He's had one blip in his last 10 where he gave up 9 hits, 5 earned runs against the Guardians in that one. Other than that, it's been 2 runs, no runs, 2 runs, 2 runs. 7 innings or 6 innings, 7 innings. I'm going to go right back to I like Walker in this spot. And the Royals definitely battling. They need some wins. And with Keller on the bump for the Pirates, he's had a solid year, but at times they just struggle to get the run support for Keller. So I got to go with the Royals in that one. And you know what? You look, Garrett Cole's on the mound for the Yankees, taking on Boston. Yankees came back and got the win 5-4 in that one. Boston was up early. Bello on the mound for Boston. He just seemed to get up when Brian Bello plays. You look, 5, 6, 7 wins for him in the last 10 as Boston. So they just get up when he plays for some reason. And especially on the road. 7-3 on the road is Bello. His last 3 has been pitching well. 2-1, sub-3 ERA. And going against Cole has definitely turned his season around and looking really good. But I don't want to lay $1.90 with the Yankees. I'm going to take the dog in that one. Give me Boston on the money line. I think with Bello on the mound, I think we see some more runs. Cole's definitely been hittable at times this season, and we've seen him get roughed up. So give me Boston in that one. And St. Louis with Gibson on the mound. Kyle Gibson's on the mound. And you look, he hasn't been bad his last couple starts. He definitely equated to wins for the team, where he's went 13 innings, only giving up 8 hits and 1 earned run over that time. So definitely pitched well, but he has times where he gets rocked, where he goes 4.1 innings, gives up 5 hits and 7 earned runs, 4 walks. So when he gets himself in trouble with the walks, it's bad news for Gibby. So for me in this one, and I know Barrios on the mound. He's actually pitched his best on the road this season. Actually, at home is where he's pitched his best. My bad. I thought it was on the road. It went at home. 9-2 at home with a 2.81 ERA. He's pitched lights out his last 3. Barrios has definitely turned it up. 3-0 with a sub-2 ERA has Barrios in that one. So only one way to go. You're going to give me the Blue Jays at pretty close to the coin flip price there. I like the Blue Jays to get the win in that one.
There from Rod. Stephen Duncan, how's it going?
Good. Nice to see you guys again.
Have you on the show?
Yeah.
All right.
I wish I could have got on more this week, but I'm very busy. Getting ready to move to the United States, so it's a lot of hectic going on.
Just imagine that. They're making it from Canada. All right, see, we're going to start with the top 3 games here: Red Sox, Yankees, Royals, Pirates, Cardinals, and Blue Jays.
Yeah, with the Royals and Pirates, Keller they can't get a win with him, and he hasn't been pitching his best. That's for sure. They've only won 1 of his last 5 starts, and as mentioned, Walker is I don't think he's had more than 2 earned runs in his last 5. He's just crushing right now. I like the Royals bats better and the bullpen, so I'm taking the Royals in that one. As far as the Yankees are concerned, again, yeah, I think the Yankees win this, but I just don't like the number. Cole, I just get this feeling that Cole's gonna pitch a gem here. I might be leaning a little bit to under first 5 in that game, but I can't get myself on Boston, although I do like the price. So I'll go under first 5 in that one. And the Jays, here we go. Yeah, every time I see Gibson, I tend to lean the other way, for sure. And Barrios has been pitching fantastic, and Toronto's been smashing righties. Gibson has a tendency to get lit up. If this would be a place where he could get lit up pretty hard. Now, everybody that's out there, remember, me betting on Toronto doesn't usually end well, but I'm doing it again. I'm going to take him first 5 and full game.
There you go from Steve and Duncan. All right, I'll tell you what I think about these games. I'm going to go under here with Boston and New York. Yeah, I think Cole as we've seen him get into better form of late here. I remember he had that issue with his elbow right coming into the season. Didn't miss some starts early on. When you take a look at Cole over allowing winner and runner fewer in five of his past 6 starts, that's some pretty solid form there. But New York here, past 7 games, 202 batting average. Red Sox 244. The Yankees have gone under in 7 of 8. They're both in good recent form. Go under in that one. Royals and Pirates going to come back again here with KC. Waka's allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 7 of 8. Keller has been pounded over his past 6 starts. ERA 6.5. We know you always have to, dodge. You always have to sweat out this KC bullpen. But when you look at Pittsburgh in interleague play, some of these small market teams, they don't have the big budgets, so they're not going to scout these these AL teams. They're not going to get the best scouts out there, right? Some of them, they have to cut back their budgets, and I think this is what happens sometimes when you see with these small markets here having trouble in interleague. Hitting just 219 against the AL, and the Royals here on the road against losing teams, 11-13 in their past 4. So they've been pounding the losing teams on the road of late. So I'll look at the Royals in that spot. Cardinals and Blue Jays. Yes, I'll be on Toronto in this one. Cardinals hitting just 202 over their past 7. Gibson, his last 6 road starts, an ERA of 5. He's getting hurt by the home run ball. And what do we tell you about the Blue Jays? They have trouble against these pitchers who don't give up the home run. But the teams that give up the home run, they hit them. So I'm going to look there. They hit them. I'm going to take Toronto. And Barrios, pretty good form in 4 of his past 5 starts. Those are the ones that I like in that time slot. All right, let's continue here on our baseball rundown. Guys, make sure you like, subscribe. We're live here every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time with the Tony's Fix Morning Show. Let's continue on. Next slate of games, Marlins, Nationals, Mets, Phillies, Rays, and Guardians. Looked like the world was on the Phillies yesterday. Look what happened. We go on over.
And look what happened. I was not one of those guys that was on the Phillies. I was the guy that was saying Nola was not good yesterday. He had a good start, but I know I've seen Nola get worked, and he got worked. Did he ever? And you look at that one in Mets and Phillies again. Colby Allen on the mound, another guy that can get worked. Severino on the mound. He's been pitching well over his last 3 sub-3 ERA for Severino, and the Mets bats have been hot. At a coin flip price, I'll go right back to the Mets to get another win in the Phillies over the Phillies, and that one I would take a first 5 too. Colby Allen has been rocked. So give me the Mets there.
If you want to get a good laugh, look at Eller's lifetime stats in baseball. You'll get a good laugh out of that.
Yeah, they're not good. Definitely not good. His lifetime stats are putrid. Look, I think his average over the last 4 seasons is 6.7 ERA at least. Yeah, he hasn't been good. He went with Atlanta, but you got to give it to him. He hasn't pitched a whole lot over his last couple seasons. I think he's had 7 games he's been in and only 5 starts. So definitely been struggling as Colby Allard, but that continues here. More struggling, Colby Allard. I can't believe he still has a job. Some of these pitchers, I can't believe they still have jobs. It's like you guys are so bad that still have a job. But anyways, another one of this time slot, we're looking at the Marlins taking on Washington, and we know what it is for Corbin. Corbin on the mound, he's pitching good. He did get a little bit touched up his last time by the Pirates, where he gave up 10 hits, 7 earned runs, but before that, he had 4 solid starts. And I think that continues here. Washington's just been dominant over the Marlins, and it was the other way for a while, but not this season. It's been all Washington. I think Washington's 8-2 in the last 10 head-to-head this season. No reason to get off them there. Give me the Nationals in that one.
All right, we move on over to Steven.
Yeah, Mets and Phillies. Yeah, Allard's an auto fade for sure. No doubt about it. I like the Mets' first 5 run line. I think they're getting that. Yeah, the Mets bullpen could get lit up a little bit. Philly could come back later in the game. So I'll just take it. I'll just fade Allard alone and say that Severino can keep the Phillies down enough that the Mets can win first 5 run line there. Marlins Nationals, yeah, it's Corbin. The only thing that is concerned me about this game is Corbin has a tendency when he gets lit up to get lit up again the next. Like it's confidence issues. It seems with him. He has all the talent. He has. When he's pitching well, he's got the stuff. But if his confidence gets hit, it could be trouble. However, against this Marlins lineup, maybe his confidence will be brought up again because they're not hitting all that well, and they have a difficult time against the Nationals. So I'll take the Nationals in that game. And what did I miss one?
We got Mets, Phillies, Marlins, Nationals, Rays, Guardians.
Oh, Rays, Guardians. Sorry. Okay. I think Cantillo has a pretty good chance here against the Rays. I had something down here, but I didn't write it down. Yeah, so I think he has a pretty good chance against the Rays. However, I like Ross. That's a bullpen game for Tampa too, right? And I don't like to fade them too much. Honestly, I'm not big on this game. I don't have much. I would actually probably lean to the under.
All right.
That's why I skipped right on by, because it's one of those. It was a pass for me on that game.
Yeah.
I could make a case for both sides. It's a bullpen game for the Rays, and I know what they do when it's a bullpen game. So Rasmussen last time out, he gave up. He's only going to pitch an inning and a two, and if he's already putting you behind the eight ball with runs, he got 2 hits and 1 run last time out and went 1.2 innings? I can't do it.
I can't really take Tampa. I lean Cleveland, Tampa's been struggling against left-hand pitchers, so I would definitely lean Cleveland here. But I kind of like the under.
Yeah, I'll look at these games. Now, if you're going to bet Miami, Washington, there's a 1-800 number that you should call before you do, because there's no way when you look at Miami. This is a team that's 4-22 against lefties on the road. And are you going to lay this type of chalk with Corbin? Like I said, get that 1-800 number. Get that 1-800 number before you bet that game. Mets and Phillies. I'm going to go Phillies in this spot. Severino. Wait. My Phillies here. I'll go Phillies in this spot. I know Severino's in really good spot, and I know Allard is in a guy that's tough to back here. Although he has allowed 4 runs up in his past 3 starts in 14 innings, so he's showing some signs of life. But he's trying to stay in Major League Baseball. We said it's a joke when you look at his lifetime numbers. Both bullpens in good form, but I think this is a somewhat of a discount price on a Phillies team that's very good at home. And Allard, I don't see him going very deep in this game, so I can see the bullpen helping him out. And look at the Phillies bats over the past 7 games, 281, and you look at the Phillies against these NL teams hitting 255 or lower. 24-9 plus 8.5 unit return. Phillies at home at this price, I just can't resist. That's really what it comes down to. Rays and Guardians. I've been on the Rays the entire series. I'm going to come back with them again. Alexander looks to be the bulk pitcher who's put up some good numbers. I know we made fun of Cantillo, but he had a really good appearance last time out, but it was against the White Sox, I believe. Right? That's what it was.
Against the White Sox, exactly.
That's the scary.
He pitched a gem against the White Sox. And I was like,
that's what sucks. That's what sucks, right? When you have a gem like that, but it was a White Sox. Don't get too excited.
Right. Gem.
Yeah. Guardians have been struggling at the plate. Raised 20-15 when they're at this price point, returning plus 5.5 units. I'll look at the Rays again. I wish I had more plus than that one, but that's what I'll look at in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the morning show with our baseball rundown as we get ready for the next series of games. Now, if you're looking for our college football, just rewind the video because we covered college football already. Next games, Orioles, Tigers, Athletics, White Sox, Reds, and Twins. We start with Rod.
Yeah, you're looking here at the Reds and the Twins, and I don't want to lay that price with Woods Richardson, who's been his last few. He pitched well to start this reliever turn to starter role, but not having pitched as many pitches in his career at this spot, it's tough. So Reds, I don't even see a starter list for the Reds here yet, but for me, no matter. I'm down with TBD. Give me TBD here in this one with the Reds and the plus price. I think this Reds bats could get to Woods Richardson and they cruise to the win in that one. Give me the Reds at the plus price. And then you look at Oakland and the White Sox. Look, it's flexing on the mound. He hasn't flexed anything all season long. He hasn't flexed anything. So with Oakland and Ginn on the mound, it's one of those. The Ginn hasn't been great either. He goes about 5 innings of work. He's definitely good for giving up some hits and some runs. leans it over, but can you get enough runs by the White Sox to pitch in? So just go right back to Oakland. I think they are playing the better ball. And actually, as Tony said, that's a 1-800 number game. If you're going to bet Oakland and the White Sox, definitely call that 1-800 number below, because it's a pass. I mean, I can't even get there. It's like, you look at it, I think you'd have to just take Oakland because flexing is so bad. But it's not like there's something jumping off the page, and I don't want to lay that kind of price with JT again on the mound. So it's a pass for me, that one. And then Dodgers taking on Atlanta. Wow, did Atlanta ever hand it to the Dodgers in that one? Flaherty's on the mound for the Dodgers in this one. And he needs to pitch Gem. It's the only way the Dodgers have any hope in this game is he's got to go toe-to-toe, pitch for pitch with Sale. And that's not happening in this one. And at this low price, I will take Sale. Give me the Braves on the money line. We know what happens after Sale comes out. That bullpen is shut down, lights out, way better than the Dodgers. So they're looking like they're begging you at the little plus 110. You want the Dodgers? You want to take the Dodgers? No, I don't. Give me Atlanta on the money line in that one to win game 2.
There from Rod, we move on over to Steven.
Okay. Yeah, Reds and Twins. I got a starting pick. I got Martinez in for the Reds.
Nick Martinez.
Yeah, Nick Martinez.
Nice.
Yeah. So, I just can't back Butch Richardson or Minnesota at this point. Like, they just have not been in good form at all. Not a huge fan of Cincinnati either, but at that price, I'll give it a shot. Probably lean I like to lean the over, but I don't think Minnesota has been hitting worth a damn now. Should be able to hit Martinez, but I sort of lean the over. But I'll go with the Reds at the plus money. I'm not touching the Twins at all. So, Athletics, White Sox, yeah, who cares? I don't care about that game at all. Maybe over, I suppose. But yes, no, I wouldn't even go over. Actually, I don't know. I don't care about that game. Let's get to the real game. The Braves and the Dodgers. Yeah, I agree. I would take. I've been winning on Sale first 5 so much this year. I'm not going to stop here. Although I think Flaherty could pitch well. Thing is, the Dodgers have been hitting lefties really, really well, but they haven't been hitting lefties named Sale. So I'm going to go with Atlanta first 5. Probably run line. You get a good price at money line, so let's just go money line.
All right, there from Steve. I'll tell you what I think about this game. Yeah, I'm going to be El Paso in that Oakland-Chicago game. Orioles and the Tigers. I like that plus price here on the Tigers. Burns, I know, has shown improvement, but if you go back a little farther, he's had some up and down season this year. Madden looks to be shooting here as a starter, allowed 200 runs or fewer in 3 starts. Man, it comes down to this. We praise this Atlanta bullpen, but over in the American League, it's a Detroit bullpen that's been solid here over their past 10, an ERA of 1.50, and it's been consistent. I've been talking about this for a while now. Orioles bullpen over their past 5, ERA over 4. Orioles bats have been ice cold over their past 7, $1.99. The Tigers are hitting. And you look at the Tigers against winning teams this year on the road, 15-11, returning 6 units. I'll look at the Tigers at that plus price. Reds and the Twins. Nick Martinez is expected starter. He's allowed 1 earned run or fewer in 3 of 4 starts. Richardson, over his past 3 starts, allowed 9 earned runs, 8 walks, 12 and 2/3 innings. He's a young pitcher. I still consider him a rookie because he's just had a cup of coffee in the past 2 seasons. Just a September pitcher with a few starts. So as Rod was saying, remember we were talking about him in April. All right, about what Richardson, right? And this is what you do. You fade guys like this when we get late in the season. Minnesota again against the interleague, just 6-12 at home, losing 9.5 units. So I'll look at the Reds here. Dodgers and Braves. I'm going to park this again. It's again, to me, it's we know Sale's great. He's allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 16. How do you do this? 16 in today's game, 2 earned runs or fewer in 16 straight starts, man. And you got a bullpen over their past 10 that has an ERA of under 1. As Rod says, the Dodgers have to be pitcher perfect in the mound with starter bullpen, which they're not, especially in that bullpen, which we've been talking about. Dodgers as a dog on the road this year. Remember this for the playoffs, guys. When they're a dog of even money or higher on the road this year, 4-10 on the road for this Dodger team. They've not been a good dog on the road. So I'll look here at the Braves in this spot. All right, let's continue here on the morning show as we get ready here for the next set of games. a lot in the primetime hour, so let's roll with the next ones. All right, we've got, let's see here. Let's see. Next set of games will be, we got the D-backs and the Brewers, Cubs, Rockies, Padres, and our Giants. And we'll start off here with Rod.
And you look at this Cubs, Colorado, Brewers, Arizona, Padres, Giants. And so we'll start with the Cubs in Colorado. You look, Colorado got the win last game out, and Freeland's on the mound. So Freeland at home, he hasn't looked his greatest over his last few starts. He's definitely given us some runs, but I like him here in this spot. He actually pitched well his last time out against the Brewers. Colorado got the win 4-1 in that one. He only gave up 3 hits, so he hit that little rough patch where he was giving up 3, 5, and definitely turned it around. So Freeland at home, Rockies playing a little better. I see Jameson Taillon on the mound, and I don't want to lay anything, especially with him on the mound. So give me the Rockies to get another win over the Cubs in that one. And these Arizona bats, just too hot. I think I'm going to take the we seen a low-scoring one in game 1 of this series. So when we see a low-scoring one, expect a bounce back of runs though plenty. You look both starters here for these teams. They can give up some runs. And Arizona's just been on this this streak of overs. Brandon Pott on the mound. You know what? He can definitely give up some runs himself. He gave up 4 last. Look, he's given up 13 in his last 3 starts. So take the over in Arizona and Milwaukee. I think they'll still be running around the bases by the time we're talking about NFL tomorrow. And then you look at the Padres in that one, and Musgrove's on the mound. And you look at Musgrove over his last few. He's 1-1 with a 4.96 ERA. Musgrove on the road sporting a 5 ERA. So for me, it's a tough spot to lay it with Musgrove. But you look at this Giants team with Mason Black on the mound for the Giants. He's giving up runs too. Went 4 innings last time out, gave up 6 hits, 4 runs. Time before that, he went 5, gave up a couple runs. I like the over in that one. And I think it was a 5-0 score yesterday. I think we can easily get over the 7.5 here in this one. No pitchers to take the over Padres and Giants.
There from Rod, we move on over to Steven.
Yeah, I think I missed the Orioles-Tigers game. And I'm with you on that. Detroit is going to be having a bullpen game, and their bullpen has been like top 5. And Burns, I don't know what's going on with the dude, man. I mean, I'm sure he's going to shake himself out of it eventually. Hope it's not here because I'm taking the Tigers on that one. We're going to be, Rod and I are pretty much on the same boat here. I thought maybe there might be some differences, but Freeland hasn't been the best at home. I'm the same as him. I fade Taillon every single time pretty much. And although Taillon has pitched historically not too bad at Coors Field, which has me a little bit shaky, but I'm still going to take the Rockies at plus money. I'm on the over there too with Milwaukee and Arizona. Myers is a really good rookie. He's got a great arm, but I mean, you're going up against a really tough lineup here. And Fott again has been shaky as well the last 5 or 6 starts. So I think Milwaukee can hit them up. I think this could go way over the top. So yeah, I got an over there. And what is it, Giants in San Diego?
San Diego, yep.
I'm going to go the over there as well. It's only a 7.5. I guess that's the name Musgrove effect, but he's really not found his form yet. And Black, he can give up, especially against a lineup like this. He can give up his amount of runs, lots of runs as well. So at 7.5, I'm definitely on the over there.
There from Steven. I'll tell you what I think about these games, Cubs and Rockies. And with the guy said with the Rockies at that plus price, Taillon, look at his past 4 road starts, an ERA of 7.77. Freeland's allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 4 straight. Colorado bullpen. What's going on here? Over the past 10 games, ERA 2.36. Wow. That's what's got me surprised here with this bullpen performance. Yeah, they're dealing. And of course, Cubs 6-9 against lefties on the road this year. Colorado past 29 home games, 16-13, returning 8 units. I'll be on Colorado in that one. I'm going to look at the Brewers, the plus price. I like this kid, Tobias Myers, on the mound here for Milwaukee. He's allowed 2 runs or fewer in 7 straight. Fad, man, he's been Rod has I forgot. Rod has a funny nickname. Fade that. That's right. Fade that. That's right. Fade that. Past 5 starts, ERA near 7. And the Brewers bullpen, another one here over their past 10, ERA just over 1. And the Diamondbacks bullpen, ERA 7.84. Early in the season, they've had trouble closing games as well. Milwaukee as a road dog of even money to plus 150, 22-11. That's pretty impressive for me. I'll look at the Brewers in that spot. Padres and Giants. I could look at the Pods in this one. San Francisco's lost 6 of 8 at home. They've had their struggles. But Black at home is getting hurt by the home run ball, and that's when you get in trouble against San Diego, these home run pitchers. So I'll look at the Padres in that one. All right, let's continue on here on the 26th Morning Show with you here every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Full breakdown and picks from these cards. Let's get to the final 2. I must have screwed something up because it's really 3, 3, and 3, but I screwed something up because we only have 2 in this slot. Astros and Angels, Rangers and Mariners. We started off with Rod.
Yeah, these 2 games, we got Verlander on the mound for Houston, so and Tyler Anderson throwback pitchers going in this one. But for me, you know what, Tyler Anderson's pitching the better ball in that one for the Angels, and these Angels are playing loosey-goosey. This is just complete fade of Verlander. Verlander's been awful. You look his last time out, he got raw last time out. 8 hits, 8 earned runs, 2 home runs. Time before that, he went 4.2 innings, 4 walks, 5 earned runs. So over his last 3, what does that equate to? A whole lot of runs. 0-3 with a 12.08 ERA is Justin Verlander. Yikes. I got to think the Angels are the big plus price. Tyler Anderson, we've seen him at times this season pitch gems. So give me the Angels on the plus price on that one. And then, hey, Texas rolling out some guys we haven't seen in a while. We've seen DeGrom yesterday. DeGrom held his own early. Looked real good for DeGrom. And then that Texas bullpen just gave it away again. I got a notice late. Like, I was doing the work on the college football, and then I was trying to get this notice, and I was like, what? Seattle won it? Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we see the same kind of thing here. I think Scherzer goes well. We know he can go 4 innings. And I think he pitches well. You look at Logan Gilbert on the other side, and for Seattle, and he's pitched half decent at home, 3-5 with a 2.35 ERA. Why is he 3-5? Because he pitches well, and Seattle just doesn't score enough sometimes to give him the run support to get the wins. So I think Gilbert has a solid start, and we've seen these Seattle bats start to wake up. Thanks, Jorge, for letting us in on that little information
Yes.
about Seattle changed their hitting coach.
Yes.
I didn't know that either. So now we do, and they're starting to hit the ball. So got to go with Seattle there in that one. And then that over, give me the over again in that one. Was it 6.5? What are we playing, hockey? The Seattle unders were a thing at the start of the year. They aren't anymore. Take the over in that one as well.
There you go from Rod. Go over to Steven.
Yeah, the Astros, I'm not playing anything with Verlander. My gosh, he's just absolutely diabolically bad. I feel for the guy because he's a very confident dude. I have a feeling he's really upset with himself, and his confidence just seems to be gone. And his
First ballot Hall of Famer,
41 years old. And it's kind of sad to watch a great pitcher like that go just absolutely horrible like this. So yeah,
when you have a younger girlfriend, you have to keep earning. They spend.
Yeah, he might be burning himself out. Probably burning himself out on the off times, especially at home, right? Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sure she's following him on the road too. So
it's spending.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I got to go to the Angels. I'm also going to lean to the over here as well. I mean, Houston's bats are still good, and I know Anderson's good, but I think Verlander could give up 5 or 6 here. So, and I doubt that the Astros will get shut out by Anderson or their bullpen. So I would go to the over on that one. And Rangers, Mariners. Yeah, Scherzer's. This is his first game back, right?
Yep.
From injury. Yeah.
Since June 30th. Yep.
It's really kind of hard. These old pitchers like this to back them in these spots. Problem is the Mariners. Well, the Mariners bats have been better as of late. Can the Rangers touch up Gilbert? I suppose, but I agree, the 6.5 is too low. Scherzer could really just blow it up right away, and then you got the rest of the game to get to the rest. I like the over there, and I would probably lean Seattle. It has to be Seattle. I just can't trust Scherzer, so Seattle and definitely the over. The over might more of the better play for me.
All right, I think we're going to be consensus here in these two as well, because I'm going to look at the Angels as well. Just kind of a fade here on Verlander. The last 6 starts in ERA near 9. And the issue with Verlander is he's pitching to high contact. They're hitting him now. He's not getting the strikeouts like he's known to do. Anderson has had some issues as well, but the bullpen's in great form. But again, to me, it's the value here. When you look at the Angels as a home dog in this price of plus 125 to plus 175, they're 17-15, returning 9.5 units. So I'll look at the Angels there. I'll be on the Seattle side as well. We know Scherzer coming back from that shoulder injury. Last pitch on June 30th. But Gilbert, man, look at his past 6 home starts. ERA 1.95, whip of 0.81. Mariners have won 5 of 6 against the Rangers. The Texas bullpen over their past 10 and ERA approaching 6 and hitting only 227 over their past 7 games. And the Rangers are now 16-31 on the road, losing 12 units. Seattle's still in there. They're still in the mix. So this is a very important game here, guys. There's 3 weekends left in Major League Baseball. We can't forget the fact that we got to be scheduled checking here or standings, checking the standings is a big game for Seattle. So look at the Mariners in that spot. All right, we got you through the college football. We got you through baseball. So now it is time for our parlay peripheral segment where the cappers will give you a parlay or a pick from off the board, right? They can go NFL for tomorrow, college football. We'll let them choose. Rod, what do you got?
You know what? We're going to go all baseball here today. We're going to go with a 5-teamer that I love here today. We're going to go with the Royals on the money line, the Mets on the money line, the Braves on the money line, the Rockies on the money line, and the Reds on the money line. Pair those 5 teams up. Love that 5-teamer today in MLB.
5-teamer.
Big one today. Big one. Let's get it. I love Saturdays. Let's go.
Let's roll with that. All right, we go over to Steven.
Yeah, I'm taking baseball as well. And I got Kansas City as well. I am going to go with the over in that Seattle game. And I'm going to take the Blue Jays on the money line. That's my 3-teamer.
All right, 3-teamer I got are the rivalry games. Washington State plus, Oregon State plus, and I'll take UCLA plus with my 3-teamer today here from college football. All right, big weekend of action coming up. College football, Major League Baseball. No W today. They come back tomorrow, right, Rod?
Yeah, a little break for me today on the W, but tomorrow there's 6 games in action tomorrow. So loaded Sunday.
Loaded up.
What are they doing loaded up on Sundays when NFL is starting? Like they had 5 last week and now 6.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't really matter. Even college probably kicks their butt too, but college football. So you got to put them somewhere. But maybe it's because wonder what if they're when the WNBA, do they have a higher female viewership?
I don't really I haven't looked at demographic. I don't know.
Because maybe that's it. Like the men will be watching NFL, and like women will watch the.
Well, the thing is, there's so many time windows in college football. There's so many games that are televised. Remember, in NFL, you may get only 1 or 2 games in your market, and you may not even like the game, right? And
that makes sense.
That Sunday ticket's almost $600 now, right? I mean, that's like
that makes sense. That makes sense.
And that turned people off because you can't get a lot of games, So that's the whole idea. You're lucky in some
deal, so I can't complain about Sunday NFL ticket. There was buy a package for your TV and get this bonus included, and I can't believe that they had the Sunday ticket listed as a bonus option for free, and I was like, what? What?
Sign me up.
I was like, what? Okay, I pay $45 for the TV package for each month, and you're gonna throw in NFL Sunday ticket for free? All right, sign me up. I'm in. So I can't complain with that up here
Nope.
in Canada. Definitely got lucky that way.
All right, we got a big weekend of coverage: college football, NFL, baseball, major. Rod, what do you got going over at Tony's Picks?
And then Tony's Picks, I've got my 10-star player of the day in college football. You can definitely scoop that up singly, but your best way to go is because I've got 14 plays, and I'm definitely going to have some more baseball plays thrown in here shortly enough. So I'm going to say I'm going to probably top 20 plays today. So instead of buying all those singly, your best way to go is to grab something long-term. That way, if there is something late Steam info that pops up, you still get that play to email to you. Your best way to go is to pair me up with another one of the hot handicappers over at Tony's Picks and take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotional. That way, you get 2 cappers putting money in your pockets. Can't go wrong with that. Don't forget the Tony T. Check out, put that in, save 15% off all your purchases over at Tony'sPicks.com. Jump aboard, big weekend of action. I'm probably going to have at least 7 to 9 plays in the NFL too. So it's large volume time of year where I'm usually good for 20, 30 plays on over a weekend. And if you buy those individually at $19 to $25 a play, that adds up quick. Your best way is to jump aboard long term. You don't miss out on any of the money makers on the weekends.
So I get on board with Rod there over at Tony's Picks. Steve, what do you got for sale?
I got a 3-pack right now with 1 college play and 2 baseball. I have 2 college plays. Looking at like 6 for MLB altogether. 2 NFL plays already in. I'm going to be putting more of those in as well. And of course, this is it. This is the final weekend. My NHL full season for $250 comes down at the end of this weekend. So you've got to get over there and grab it. I've kicked ass in NHL now for 5-6 years straight, pretty much making at least 100 up to 600 units. Now that's the way I bet. So it could be a little less for you. I put heavy units on some of my plays. So, but I'm up constantly all the time. It's a great time for you to get in, and I give it out to people that have supported me for a long time, but I'm giving it out to everybody. So get in there, grab it, and it's going to be going way up after this weekend.
That's right. Get on board. Steve, coming on a big day. Yes, top of the leaderboard yesterday. Rod, among the leaders here in college football for this year. So get on board with these guys. 2-for-1 cap promotion up there. I got a best bet from college football as well as 3 packs. I got a 3-pack from baseball, a couple 3-packs from college football. Got 10 premiums on the board today, guys. Get on board. As we mentioned, get the long-term pass. 3-day pass is great. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, get on board. Of course, you'll see the link to the Tony's Picks in the description. So go ahead and get signed up. We'll be ready to roll here. All right, before we close it out here, any closing thoughts from you guys?
Blowout. Michigan State's going to blow out. Michigan State with the big blowout today. I think they win by 50.
Very good. All right, we're getting anyway. Of course, Steve, we're getting closer and closer to NHL.
Yeah. My Yankees are going to freaking crush. My Yankees. Sorry, not my Yankees. What the hell am I talking about? Blue Jays are going to crush me. And just to make me feel a little better about the season that they had. They do this every year. Every single year. When the money's down, they can't win, and then as soon as the pressure's off, all of a sudden they're hitting like freaking crazy. They do it every year. It's very frustrating, but yeah, I'll still be a Jays fan when I get there to Indiana, probably. But they'll probably sell me on becoming an Indiana fan as well of all their sports there. But I'll always be a Jays fan, and so hopefully we can finally get her. We're gonna get her. If everybody's betting out there, I think this year I'm like 2-6 on picking up the Jays.
Oh, no.
That's what I tell you. But I hope I'm not cursing everybody out there. But they really should be crushing it.
All right, there you go. All right, that'll do it for the show, guys. Make sure you tune in again tomorrow live, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. We'll do it all over again. We'll have NFL, Major League Baseball coverage from the W. That'll do it. All right, we're going to wake up. Bye, guys. You guys make it a winning day. We're back tomorrow here on the